So there we go. Have you listened to the Rachmaninoff?
Mm-hmm. I remember it well.
From what, Judith?
I think we did it once, actually, with you, but I've played it. I know it really well.
Oh, you played it. You like it's very
Sure.
yeah, it's well known as an instrumental piece. It's not
Yes,
that often sung
exactly.
by voices. It's a non-orchestra piece and violin
Yeah,
solo piece and whatnot, you know. So it's one of, we'll just sing a little fragment, just the
sure.
opening phrase. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Hi Beth. Hello. Uh Hi Paul. So here we go. First of all, we just sit upright. You know what to do. We will be starting with a classical piece. I don't expect us all to sing classically, but at least we will need the phrasing and everything. We need the voices to be in the right place. So let's sit upright. Let's make sure that uh, shoulders are relaxed and we're sitting in a nice relaxed position and upright. Yay! And tea is good, and because it's quite a Russian thing. Right, Erica is coming now. We have. Oh, I'm sorry. I just. Yes, I thought I just canceled two participants, but we have Erica and that's excellent. So let's sit upright. And let's first of all just take a breath into our lower rib cage here. And breathe out. We'll be focusing on long phrases. So let's sing a note for as long as we can. Hi, Erica. Hello. As long as we can, take a breath and just a long, relaxed note. Let's go. Slowly squeezing the air out of your lungs. Next time, breathe into the lower rib cage again. We'll be doing something like this with our Vocalise in a minute. A couple more notes as people are arriving. Let's go for this one. Let's go. That's as much as I can do. Admit people. So a few more of these long notes. So breathing nicely and gently into the lower rib cage, maybe into your back as well. Here, and a nice, slow, relaxed sound. Let's go for this one. Okay, Okay, how is that? We'll do one more thing for vocal warm-up. We'll go up and down in our range just to see how far we can go up, how far we can go down today. Okay, like this. And down, nicely and gently massaging our body from the inside with the sound. Let's go. Next time, go up and stay on a high note. Take a breath. Go down, stay in a low note. Okay, I'm hearing someone warming up nicely. Do a few more of these. Now I see a couple of faces going up. Try to stabilize your body. Just the last thing we do, and then we jump into the tune. Okay, up and down a few times. And again. Last time. And relax. So the tune we're going to sing is a beautiful Rachmaninoff, which of course has really long phrases that all these opera singers can sing on one breath. We're just going to have a little bit of fun with this, to just sing something different. It starts quite high. And I suggest we sing in this key, and if you're a lower voice, start an octave lower. At some point you'll have to jump up. So what's interesting here is rhythm. It doesn't start on the beat, it starts in the middle of the beat, and it goes 1 and 2, ta da da, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? Before we do this again, let me just see. How many of you are familiar with the tune? I could just sing. Oh yeah, okay. That makes it easy for us. We just sing the first phrase a few times, then the second phrase a few times, and then do the whole thing. Okay. And the music is right in front of you. Here we go. Beautiful. And 1. How is that? One more time, hopefully with a bit more sound. I'm not in a good position with my keyboard here. Wait a second. Yeah, like this. And 1. That everyone solid with this part of the tune? Let me see. Yeah, good, yeah. One more. Leslie's not. Yeah, one more time. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted also by admitting people, so I may not be precise with the rhythm here. I think we're all here now. I won't be distracted pressing all these buttons. Let's go. Here we go here. And that's, I think, as much as we will do today. So if we look at that extension here, oh, how can I highlight it here? Ta da da da, that little bit at the end. Let's just do this. Ta, yeah, together, and 1. And then we have this note here, which is our final one. I can't highlight it here. Yeah. I won't even show it to you, so I keep the music on the screen. The last note is really easy to guess. I think we can do the whole thing, eh? Let's do the whole thing. I mean, the opening 8 bars of this tune. 1 and... How is that for you? Now we have Diana here who just joined us. Diana, you know this, right? Hello. our Russian music lover and promoter.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't get in. I had my caps lock on. Hi.
Hello, but
Hello.
we're just singing that little bit of Rachmaninoff, so join us and let's do it a couple more times and then we jump into the song, okay? Okay, let's go. By the way, people without the top D, are you managing to jump a little bit? It's like the highest note for basses and for really low female voices. Maybe that phrase can go down, yeah? Okay, one more time. Maybe two more times. One. How was that? One more time. Beautiful piece of music. We, of course, studied it in music schools and colleges. This song is used to be a theme song for a radio program here. Oh, that's curious. Paul, do you remember which program? That would be interesting to know.
No, but it's engraved in my mind, and I never knew what it was. Thanks.
Everyone sings it. Orchestras play it. I'm sure that it's been used in many places. You know, the Pet Shop Boys. I discovered that the Pet Shop Boys used it as the quote in their song. Who would have known, right? So these things get used, like the Prince Igor choir. Everyone knows it because it's been used in popular music and in films and everywhere. But it's nobody knows where it comes from unless you have this classical music education. So this is a bit of Rachmaninoff. One little thing I want to say about it, and then we sing our song. Maybe come back to the tune at the end of our session. This descending kind of harmony. All sorts of songs. So all sorts of very popular arias and art songs and whatnot is based on this descending, not exactly the same, but this descending line when the chords are changing and the bass line goes down. And it's considered one of these things that is a standard understanding of beautiful phrasing. Basically, if you compose a song with this descending harmony line, it's guaranteed to be likable. I've used that a lot, knowingly. So that's an interesting element of music, which is good to know. And Rachmaninoff maybe intuitively can't do this. I can't read music, so it's interesting. Yeah, here we go. So now let's look at our song. We'll come back to the Rachmaninoff at the end. A complete switch of genre. Now, we talked about Olga Kovaleva a long time ago. I think something like 2 years ago. And we dedicated a session and then another session to her repertoire. And as we know, she was one of these folk people who studied classical music. She was originally an opera singer, and then she was a stage performer, and she went from classical singing to her roots, because she grew up in a small place and she came back to her home place and recorded lots of things. And then she decided to compose some of the songs. And sometimes they're marked as folklore, and it takes time to find out who actually composed it. And sometimes we don't even know. Chopin famously in Nocturne too. I just played one, maybe there's another one. I played the prelude. Right, so here is a completely different piece of Russian music for you, and we will just look at the tune for now. Okay, and la 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 it all the way through. La 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 la. How is that? Now we have a non-music reader, right? Josephine, you don't read music. I will show it up and down like this, yeah, but I am thinking maybe we can go a semitone, a tone lower for you, for low voices for now. Yeah, let's go a bit lower. From the top. And ta da 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 ta da 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 da. How is that? Good? Ta da da ta da. We have a whole scale here. Da 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 da. Right, all the way down the whole scale. Da 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 da. I'm going from the middle of the second line where you see na. Yeah, where it goes up. Okay, and ta da da da. Now that phrase repeats. Ta da da. Oi 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 oi. Ta da da da. Ta da 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 da. Right? One more time. From the beginning. I just want to fit it onto the page like that. I believe some of you can make it bigger, right? I don't know. Somebody said that you can make it bigger. What's going on?
Yeah, you can make it bigger using view options at the top.
Okay. I guess it depends on what device you're using, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. So the messages here. Good. Da, 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 da. We will need to know the tune more or less, because I did not put all the verses in the music. It would have been too much. 1, 2, 3, and da da da. Now, to me, this sounds profoundly Russian. I may break down why. There are certain turns. Yeah, certain turns in the harmonies, certain turns in the melody, big jumps in the melody, and that da 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 da, up and down, these big ranged phrases. To me, this is as kind of modern Russian folklore, I would say, end of the 20th century, really, 20, yeah. So she composed in that style, although the songs that she also carried from her home village, from her hometown, were of that language as well. And even when they weren't, she popularized them. They were arranged for orchestras, they were arranged for Russian folk instrument orchestras and recorded, performed on stage in a more acceptable for the kind of the general population's kind of Soviet times present. So here we go. Let's look at our text. Text is cute. Also, it's a product of its time. Very interesting. That in many ways, to me, it reminds some of these collective farm songs that we sing in Yiddish sessions. There will be quite a few songs that you may remember as we go through this text. It will just remind us of this and this and this and this, the Traktorist, you know, all sorts of other songs. So here we go. Oi, tzvi. I don't know. I'll be reading this. Yeah, there is the Russian here. I will. Maybe we should do it like this. Can you see this? Okay. In the music, can you see that? Let's do the first verse like that. Yeah, you read it in the music because it helps some of us with the rhythm. Yeah, and let's go slowly. Ой, цвети, кудрявая рябина, наливайтесь гроздья соком вешним. Lots of consonants here. Гроздья. Гроздья is bunches of berries. It's like a cluster, yeah? So, ой, цвети, blossom, кудрява is curly. Rябина, I believe it's a rowan. That's how I know the name of that tree. Rябina, it has red berries. They're quite bitter, and birds love them. And it stays red through the winter. There's still red rябина right here next to us. Наливайтесь means get soaked through. Yeah, pour yourself with, kind of pour, get soaked with. Yeah. Грозди is these branches, clusters of berries. Sokam is with juice. Veshnev is spring. So let's see what it says here. Or bloom curly rowan, branches, fill yourselves with spring juice, right? And then we have this. А на днях. So we are going from the middle of the second line. Let's go together and let's go. А на днях у дальнего авина повстречалась с парнем я нездешним. When you see an apostrophe, it means a soft consonant, like r, s, s. The s, for example, on this las, on the third line, it becomes s, las, встречалась. So it's, if you find it confusing, you can just read it without the soft consonants. Do as much as you can. So, а на днях, and one of these days, у дальнего авина, by the far away. Avin is, let me see what it says here. Avin, barn, that's it. By a distant barn, повстречалась, I met, с парнем, with a young man. Я, me, yeah, I met up with a young guy, a young man. Нездешним comes from здесь, which is here. Нездешним means not from here. The man comes not from here. So maybe we can try and sing it looking just at the text here, right? And this long relationship from somebody from far away. Some of us know what this is about. So, let's try and do it together, slowly. Ой, цвети, кудрявая рябина, наливайтесь гроздья соком вешним. А на днях у дальнего авина повстречалась не здешним. There is an ох somewhere there in the music, which I sang. Ох, повстречалась с парнем я нездешным. See, at the end. Ох, повстречалась. How is that? How are you coping? Okay? So I can show you the first verse with text again, with the music, but then we will have to sing the tune from memory, more or less. Yeah? What are you saying here? Sok is juice. Sokam, yeah. Soak. You see how interesting? Soak, sok. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or whether there is actually a connection. Who knows? Soak, soak. You never know, you never know.
Now, that one is a false etymology.
You
but,
think?
Yeah. But that, yeah. I'll look it up though. I'll look it up.
It's interesting. Sometimes you don't expect it, but sometimes there is actually a connection.
Oh,
like
for
with-
sure.
Yeah.
It's just that vowel cluster, it's pretty unlikely. But let me look.
Yeah, okay. So let's look at soak and sock. First verse again. I'll show you this with the music. Now I would love to sing harmonies with this at some point. So if I jump to something else, not the main melody, maybe not now, but when we know it better, maybe later. Let's go from the beginning. Ой, цвети, кудрявая рябина, наливайтесь гроздья соком вешним, а на днях у дальнего вина повстречалась с парнем я нездешним, а на днях у дальнего вина повстречалась с парнем я нездешним. In the original it says ох да повстреча, ох да, which is like such a common thing in Russian folk songs. You have ох да to fit into the tune, to just give it a little bit more emphasis to the same repeated line, but it's ох да, it's not just a repeated line. Things are happening in chat. Let's see. Naливайтесь from soak verb. Yeah, yeah. It's surprising. Exactly. Yeah, okay. Linguistic discussions. Let's look at the second verse. Let's at least do 2 or 3, maybe 3 more verses with this one. It's fun. Second verse. Let's read together. 1 and 2. Он сказал, приехал я к покосу. Приехал, so you have the yod, it indicates the y, приехал, yeah, приехал. He said, он сказал, he said, приехал, arrived, я is I, к покосу, for the mowing, yeah, for the, when you, I think it's mowing the grass and everything, yeah. Next line, let's go. Будем травы на лугах косить. Будем will, травы, grasses, на лугах, in the meadows, косить, mow. We will mow the grass in the meadows. Next line, 3 and 4. А к жнивью машины буду ладить. Жнивью. This is an unusual word. Жнива, жнивье. This is an old word which is harvesting. Жнивье, you have this жать, which is when you harvest the rye or the wheat, and then you get the grains out of it, so you bash the grains out. Yeah, what do you call it?
Threshing, maybe? Thresh? To thresh?
Possibly. I just don't know the English word for it. So when you get the grains out
Threshing.
of it,
It's
yeah?
threshing.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should put it in there. So for the threshing, yeah. And the next one, я в колхозе. Let's read it. Last line here, and together. Я в колхозе вашем буду жить. I will live on your collective farm. Колхоз is Kolkhoz, коллективное хозяйство in Russian. It's two words put together, collective farm, коллективное хозяйство, collective, not farm really, хозяйство is like a, yeah, farm I guess, but it's more like an agricultural name. Let's sing this whole verse, yeah? Can we? Let's try. 1, 2. Он сказал, приехал я к покосу, будем травы на лугах косить, а к жнивью машины буду ладить. Я в колхозе вашем буду жить, а к жнивью машины буду ладить. Я в колхозе вашем буду жить. How is that? Da-da-da. Quite a few songs kind of are encoded even in that one phrase. There are so many songs that this reminds me of. So the next verse is tricky in terms of syllables per notes. So let's just read what it says and we will not sing it, okay? So блузе синий цвет и запах тополей. The blouse, the blue color of the blouse and the scent of poplars, yeah? Он пришел из города, а я с полей. He came from the city and I came from the fields. Жаворонок, вейся, вейся надо мной. Skylark, fly, вейся is kind of more than fly. It flies like in all sorts of different shapes. Вейся надо мной, above me. Мое сердце полно любовью и весной. My heart is full of love and spring. So she's in love, right? Let's see. The next verse is easy to sing, so we will speak through it. Let's go 1 and 2. С ним мы вместе на полях колхозных поведем стальные трактора. So с ним, with him, мы вместе, we together, на полях, on the fields колхозных, collective farm, on the collective farm fields. Поведем, we will ride or lead. Стальные is steel, трактора is tractors, yeah? We will drive steel tractors. Next bit, 3 and 4. В хороводе нет нас веселее, а в работе мы впереди всегда. This is a little bit more syllables, I guess just follow me as well as you can, right? В хороводе, хоровод, circle dance. In the circle dance, нас нет веселее. There is nobody веселее, jollier, happier than us. А в работе, and in work, at work, we, впереди, at the forefront, всегда, always. We are always at the front. Let's sing that verse. С ним мы вместе на полях колхозных. What a lovely image. Let's go together. С ним мы вместе на полях колхозных поведем стальные трактора. В хороводе нет нас веселее, а в работе мы впереди всегда. В хороводе нет нас here. Sorry. А в работе мы впереди всегда. Something like that. Okay, we have the last verse. Let's do it. Together, let's go. Отцвела кудрявая рябина. Here's an interesting thing. Отцвела. If you go to the very beginning, цвети. Here, цвети. And here we have отцвела, which is from the same root, цвести, to blossom. Отцвела, with that suffix от, we indicate that it has blossomed, it stopped blossoming, it stopped blossoming, right? Кудрявая рябина is the curly rowan. And before I go any further, I want to tell you of another song that I'm sure has some kind of connection. Certainly the authors of these songs were aware of each other and of each other's songs. Расцвели туманы над рекой. You know this one? I've forgotten the first line. Расцвели something над рекой.
Яблоки и груши.
Расцветали. Thank you very much. It's the most popular song I've forgotten. Расцветали яблони и груши. So pear trees and apple trees were blossoming. Расцветали, same thing. And in the last verse of that song, we have there is a similar combination. I should have prepared myself. It just came to me. It has the same turn. They are blossoming and they stopped blossoming, yeah, in the same song. And it's an interesting bridge between the first and the last verses. And this says like this time has gone past and this is the end of this little story. Second line, let's go, 3 and 4. Налилися грозди соком вешним. So these clusters of berries have soaked through. They've got the juice, right? They are all juicy now. Next line, and let's go. И теперь у дальнего авина, and now by the distant barn. Ох, прощаюсь с парнем я нездешним. Ой, I'm say goodbye to the guy from far away. Прощаюсь. Прощаться is to say goodbye. More than just to say goodbye. Goodbye, прощаться is when you прощаться.
Part with?
Huh?
Part with?
Part with, yeah. Literally it means to part with, but прощаться, it comes originally from прости, which is to say, please forgive me for everything. It's like a goodbye. It's more of a goodbye. It's a bigger goodbye, which to me makes me think that maybe this is it for their love story. I don't know. But I suggest we sing these 2 verses now, because otherwise we won't fit it all into this session. So follow me as much as you can, la 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 when you can, if you don't want to do all that text. And I'm going to sing the last 2 verses, okay? 1, 2, 3. С ним мы вместе на полях колхозных поведем стальные трактора. Sorry, всегда. Хороводе нет нас веселее, а в работе мы впереди всегда. Отцвела кудрявая рябина, налились грозди The first two and the last two verses. Ой, цвети, кудрявая рябина, наливайтесь грозди соком вешним, а на днях у дальнего вина повстречалась с парнем я нездешним. Он сказал, приехала я к покосу, будем травы на лугах косить, а к жнивью машины буду ладить. Я в колхозе вашем буду жить, а к жнивью машины буду ладить, а в колхозе вашем буду жить. С ним мы вместе на полях колхозных поведем стальные трактора. В хороводе нет нас веселее, а в работе мы впереди всегда. Отцвела кудрявая рябина, налились гроздья соком вешним, и теперь у дальнего вина, ох, прощаюсь с парнем я нездешним. How is that? We are at the end of our session. I did want to go back to the Rachmaninoff, but we don't have any time. Would you like to sing just that one phrase again? Or yeah, come on, come on. It's just so lovely. We're going back to the Rachmaninoff, yeah? If you need to leave, please leave, but yeah, come on. If you can, let's do this thing again. Ta! Very different, isn't it? Russian music is so, so varied. That's your first note. Ah, yeah. And one. Nice and short, and it does develop, and do listen to the whole thing. Lovely to see you today. Next week is our last out of the planned Sing With Me sessions, a Yiddish session. Then, I don't know, I'm busy Mondays, all the way till summer. So keep connected, stay with us and keep singing. Thank you very much.
Спасибо, Полина.
Спасибо, спасибо вам. До свидания. Bye.